Hi there, it's Bob Cardy here, and can I just say welcome to what is, I suppose, essentially the first episode of 0 to 60 in 360. So, what's that all about, you might ask? Well, here's the thing. Incredibly, on the 9th of January 2022, I turned 60. Now, that is astonishing, not least of all to me, because I am surprised, amazed, delighted, and a little bit shocked to have got this far. And I mean, the sad thing is that I know many people who actually didn't make it to 60. And I've learned in my life that life's an adventure. And I've kind of learned, I suppose, from my mother and father, dad who passed recently at the great age of 89, mam who's still rocking on as she approaches her 91st birthday. They both would have instilled in me this attitude that I should choose life, that I'm created to have an abundant life, but a lot of what happens in my life will depend on the choices I make. So I suppose all through my life, incredible things have happened to me because I always believe that incredible things will and indeed should happen to me. I guess it underlines the thing I would often say on training courses or when I'm sharing with people. I would always say there's three types of people in life. There's the ones who make it happen, there's the ones who let it happen, and then there's those who say, what happened? Now, I certainly don't want to be in the last category. I know sometimes I am in the let it happen brigade, but you know what? I really love when I'm in the make it happen gang. And so when it came to my 60th birthday, like life is funny. When I was 50, on my 50th birthday, it was very shortly after I'd lost my first wife, Jean. She passed away suddenly with an aneurysm, and it was crushing. Honestly, it was such an immense blow. Not celebrating my birthday, it wasn't that it didn't even seem appropriate. It actually didn't seem worthwhile. It was like, wow, it doesn't matter. And obviously, life, since then, there's been loads of great adventures and loads of great things have happened to me. And I get to my 60th birthday, and you would think, well, this is the time to have the party, get all the friends together, have a good time. What happens? Global pandemic, lockdown, not a venue in the world open. So, get to 60, and I'm going, oh man, this isn't fair. So over the days of my 60th birthday, I guess this thing began to percolate in my head and heart. Is that, well, why don't I make it a year, a celebration? Why don't I choose an adventure for the year? And why don't I do things that I've always wanted to do, but for some reason or other, whether it's finance or relationships or time or kids or whatever it is, there's stuff comes our way sometimes that might get in the way of a dream or an adventure. However, this year, I'm going to do 60 things to mark my 60th birthday. 0 to 60. And as it happens, we have 360 days left before my birthday next year on the 9th of January 2023. And all of this adventure will culminate in me writing, acting, directing, and performing a one-man show in a theatre in Dublin on my birthday next year. And I hope to share on that night the things I've done, the adventures I've done, what I've learned, and all the things on this list. And it is an incredible list. And it's a list that many of my friends have had an input into because I asked people, if it was, what would you do? What would you say I should do? Interestingly, many people said I should jump out of a plane. Some even included a parachute. But a lot of people thought that would be an adventure for me. So here's the thing. All the things on my list are things that for some reason or some little thing in my head or heart I put off. Maybe it's a fear. Maybe it's a lack of finance. Maybe it's a fear of judgment. Maybe it's a fear of failure. Maybe it's a fear of success. There's lots of things on the list that I'm, this year, at 60, going to tackle, take up, face, and for the fun of it, I'm going to try to document it. I'm going to try and share what I learn. I'm bound to learn something as I train myself and get ready to run a 5K in New York. I'm bound to learn something as I eventually learn how to swim. I'm bound to learn something as I endeavour to raise 60,000 for charity. Surely there must be some lessons for me as I go back and try and revisit the Irish language that I learned in school and yet I've forgotten so much of. There's going to be a richness in this journey, and I hope that you come with me and learn, have a bit of fun, and maybe I'll inspire you to go on an adventure too. You know what? Life's an adventure. I often say that I don't live in an adventure story, but I live in stories of adventure. So, 0 to 60 in 360. Come on, let's do this. And mind yourself.